Something about misery?
The movie Misery.
What does this have to do with my feet?
Are you talking about his
Okay,
movie or his
you.
lifestyle?
All right, I was gonna say he clearly hasn't seen the film. If he's asking what's this got to do with my feet, you clearly haven't seen the film. We're good. We're good. Hi, everybody.
You'll never see it coming.
What's going on, guys? Episode 45 XP share. Ooh, nope. I'm just gonna stop there. I was gonna like come in with some musical note about misery, and it was already going downhill before it even came out.
Honestly, well, I can tell you, there's a lot of kids that are going to be in Misery this weekend. Because fucking hell, if you haven't seen the wrestling from last night, you need to go get yourself informed. There's your first segue. Right,
Bro.
y'all are going to be talking about Deadlock and shit later, so I'm getting my shit in. Oh my god, Elimination Chamber was one of the greatest fucking shows in a long time. Like, it is
Hell yeah.
on par with how good the Royal Rumble was.
Bro, you guys started talking
Yeah.
about wrestling in chat, and I was just like, I kind of understand what's going on.
Well,
That was an event, right?
Right. John Cena. We all know John Cena. He does the movie thing and occasionally wrestles. For the last when did he come in?
Never seen him.
2002?
2002?
2003? Yeah.
Yeah.
So for the last 13 years, he has been what we call in the industry a babyface. A babyface, for those who don't know, is the good guys. They're you cheer them because they are the heroes. And he has been a good guy. He has been the Boy Scout. He has been the childhood hero for 23 years. And there were times where they were considering sending him into a downward spiral, into a heel turn, which is becoming a bad guy. But they never did it because they were worried about the effect it would have on the business, and so it would be a bad business call to have the guy who does the most Make-A-Wishes ever be a bad guy. Which is fair enough, right? That's a fair enough assessment. He's retiring at the end of the year. This is his last year of in-ring action. He'll still be part of WWE as a company, but he will be an ambassador. He will not wrestle again once 2026 rolls over, ever. And they fucking full sent it last night.
Oh my god.
He kicked the champion in the dick. He punched him in the face with a Rolex that was bought for him because his father had to pawn his Rolex so he could send his kids to drama school. He belted him with the championship belt that his father spent his entire life trying to achieve and never did. And then he was whipped with a weight belt with the date of his father's death, like, on it. And then his blood was smeared on it. Oh my god.
So it's just a bunch of symbolic shit going on.
Yep. And then in the press conference after, John Cena walked in, picked up the microphone, dropped it, and walked out. And fair enough. And and just there was also the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn match that was very good. There was the return of Jade Cargill, but the chamber matches were great. Trish Stratus was back in action in a tag team match. That was fun. Like, if you have Netflix, even if you're not a wrestling fan, just go watch Elimination Chamber from last year. It's like 3.5, 4 hours long. Put it on in the background because, oh my god, it was very good. And I was going into this show being like, oh, it's whatever. I'm excited for WrestleMania, but this show is gonna be a bit whatever. You know, I would like Punk to win, but Cena's probably gonna win in this world. You know, but it was really good, really good. It was a lot of fun, and there's a lot of children around the world right now that are questioning everything they thought they knew.
Yeah.
So that's been my weekend, right? No. I mean, I like we were in the call. I was saying to everyone, like, I'm the one that normally is like trying to predict this shit just for fun. I'm wrong most of the time, and I like being wrong. But I was like, I didn't see it. I didn't think they'd do it. I thought they were gonna get cold feet. I didn't think they would do it in his last year, but they did it, and I'm here for it, and I'm very excited.
So wrestling podcast win.
Bruh, if I had the fucking time, because Jesus Christ, like
Not the,
it's
this is not Quang learns about wrestling. Did I show up wrong?
bruh, you know what, Quag? I think even you'd like, because Jesus, the Sami Zayn Kevin Owens match was so violent. But it was violent
Yeah.
without being a gore fest. Because I don't like it when it just becomes a gore fest. That's a bit too much for me. But it was violent, very like barbed wire and chairs and tables and fucking removing the protective mats and shit. Oh my god, I'm surprised that either of those men are still breathing. That it may genuinely be match of the year for me because oh my god, it was so good. And they booed the American national anthem because it was in Canada and
Oh
politics.
my god.
Yeah.
Love that. Love
Um.
that.
But yeah, that was my right. If I can go talk about Deadlock or something, I don't fucking know.
Wait. We still talking about wrestling, or are we going back to hockey? Because I know that happened in the hockey game.
Oh no, it happened at Elimination in the pre-show.
Oh my
I like
god.
it. Yeah, but and then they did the Canadian national anthem afterwards, which they always do in Canada. You know, whenever they do abroad shows. Um,
In
but they
Canada?
booed. They booed the fuck out of the U.S. national anthem, and I'm not going to comment on that because there's a lot of politics going on right now. Ladies,
Yeah.
have your own opinions; they are completely yours. But do make sure that you are informed, and if you want to have your opinions after that information, that's absolutely valid. But please get informed. I'm not going to make this my fucking political soapbox, but there's a lot going on in the world right now.
I mean, when
It's true.
Americans hate America, you know something's wrong.
Yep.
To be fair,
true.
Canada booing the national anthem at hockey games, I thought was a pretty normal thing. But
I thought it
also,
was too.
that's because they keep losing to Florida.
It
Uh,
not.
No, really.
I don't think it's definitely a lot more now due to recent events and
sure,
recent
for
Mm,
sure.
things that have been said. There's always been some booing. I mean, like I think back to Money in the Bank last year, there was a bit of booing then, but it was not almost unanimous. And tonight it was almost unanimous. You could hear a few people chanting USA during the Canadian national anthem, but it was. I mean, when it's in a stadium as well, like in a
yeah.
hockey arena for sure, but when it's in a fucking stadium, you can't escape that noise. But it was also a great
Yeah.
crowd last night. Canada. The one shit I'll give Canada is a lot of the time their crowds are quite shit for wrestling, but you guys did great last night. Very proud of you.
Nice.
Probably
Yeah,
Canadian
I think
hockey.
that UK crowds in general are just the best because they chant and they don't stop chanting
Oh,
until they get kicked out of the place. It's just fucking amazing. I love
I
that.
can't believe I'm doing this, but I will
What
rate
up,
you
Ship?
French crowds. French crowds
French
are
crowds?
mental. Oh
Oh
yeah, bro.
yeah?
Juice, me and you are gonna sit down one day. I'm gonna show you the French show from last year. Oh my
Okay.
god. Yep. People had to go to the
I'm about
hospital
it.
because their eardrums were bursting. I'm not joking. That's a
Oh,
real thing that had
that's
someone went to the
fire.
hospital. But yeah, we'll
Yeah.
sit down and watch that at some point. They're going back to France this year. I'm very excited. I normally don't
Okay.
like that. It's the meme of like I'm the British guy. I hate French people, but the one thing I'll give you guys, your crowds are insane.
There, yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Crowds are nuts.
Speaking of excitement, y'all want to tell CJ what happened on Friday?
That doesn't sound like excitement.
No, it was. Let's just say it was about almost a 4.5 hour stream on Friday.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I'm
Yeah.
still getting over my cold. Like that was the hardest part. I am fucking fighting a fever as it's going through. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
I'll be
Yeah.
fine. We'll get there. We'll get there.
That
actually,
was a long one.
CJ, the real exciting part, a rain dog took it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Rain Dog took it.
Number one.
Hell
Yep.
yeah, baby! Represent.
Yep. Rain Dog did
Um,
take it.
although it was a Rain Dog masked as a new player who was Gusta G, who I incorrectly seeded
Yeah.
because I didn't pay attention to his Discord tag. So that was a factor. Was be honest and not pretend that wasn't a factor, but he still came in and wrecked shop. We had how many game fives? How many reverse sweeps? Just everybody kind of like absolutely
Yeah.
insane. Honestly,
Yeah, it was. There was so much back and forth on Friday. So much. Yeah, it's like
As much as I miss doing commentary with you guys, which I do very much, going to bed before 7:30 in the morning is quite nice. I've been enjoying that.
yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
and the week before that, on 221, we actually had Jim Jamal come back. Haven't seen him in a while. Took number one on the 21st. Unfortunately, we
Quite
don't
nice.
have any VODs for that one, but it is what it is. Came in, did some work. But yeah, hats off to both of them. Last 2 weeks winners. Number 4 coming up. Wish moving.
Yeah, bro.
Shout out Jim Jam. Do the thing.
Also,
Yeah.
hinting at Marvel Rivals League to be announced in the next few weeks. Maybe, possibly.
I'm gonna have
Possibly.
to start playing the game again, aren't I? I can't lie. I've not played it a lot.
But there's been a lot of changes. That actually reminds me, before I forget, I'm going to get this set up on my side so that we can do this later. Anyway,
What'd you do, Izzy
Yeah,
Eddie?
don't worry. Don't worry about.
Don't
Don't worry
worry.
about what's happening what's happening behind the scenes there.
You didn't
Surprise
see
people
anything.
that'll help us later.
So we were talking about the Splitgate 2 alpha last podcast. It is now officially released on all platforms, actually, Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox. I did get to play it a little bit. It's
Good.
I don't want to say it's a night and day difference, but in terms of the generalization of Splitgate 1 being Halo with portals, this feels a lot more like Call of Duty with portals. They've definitely ramped things up, which isn't bad. It's not bad at all. I think the gunplay is still phenomenal. It's still good. It's still nice and smooth, and they definitely enhanced I'm going to call it the portal logic. Whereas if you remember in Splitgate 1, you kind of had 2 buttons to kind of go between each portal. This one it's kind of like a 1 button smart button kind of thing, to where, all right, there's a yellow portal already out. This next one's going to be a purple one. If you need to, and it's the same button for destroying portals too. So it's like you shoot an enemy portal, it's going to destroy the portal. It's not going to like spawn you a new portal kind of thing. So they kind of just condensed it all into one universal hotkey. So
Interesting.
it's good.
No,
I like it.
Yeah.
You've reminded me to download it, so I'm downloading it now. I'll probably check it out at some point this week.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. Definitely worth a shot. Call of Duty kids are gonna go bananas. Jetpacks are back. Did they? I can't remember. Did they actually do jetpacks in Splitgate 1?
Yeah, they so with the jetpacks they were like the best way I could describe jetpacks were like Pharah from Overwatch, but like it was always equipped, but it had fuel that needed to recharge.
Yeah, it's like an energy. Okay, yeah. So they kept that for sure.
Nuts.
I saw before I got to play, I saw a thing on Twitter that said, "Oh yeah, Splitgate 2 feels like Titanfall now," and I'm like, "While running? Wait!" Instantly went to download. Instantly disappointed.
There's no movement like him. God damn it, bro! Because Titanfall had such nice movement. That's why I used, especially in Titanfall 1, I did use a smart pistol. I'm not gonna lie. I was able to use the other guns and shit, but it was always nice to not have to worry about aim, so I could focus more on movement because the movement felt so fluid and nice and smooth, and it was fun. And you could dart around the entire map and pow pow the little grunt guys. It was great. We need more. We
Yeah.
need. We bring Titanfall 3, please, because that also ended on a fucking cliffhanger.
Yeah. Well,
No, sure. Those games were really fun to play, and
Mm.
I know how Titanfall 2 is saying, well, not saying bye bye, but like kind of the decline of the player base. I know how that affected JDog for sure. So maybe that is a good segue into our question of the week.
yeah, I was
Right.
just thinking that. Perfect.
So you guys had the resources and the manpower to revive a dead game. What would that game be, and what change would you make to it?
So
I can.
I'm gonna be a little analytical here and ask, what do we consider a dead game?
Oh, I think we know what a dead game is. I mean, it's either the player base is down to like 500, so no one's playing it, or the game has been taken offline. Therefore, you can't
Okay.
play it at all, right?
So
Um,
everything.
So it's too early to say. It's too early to say multiverses.
I think. Well, I mean, Multiverses is being announced that they're taking it. I mean, for the most part, it will be an offline game in a few months. So,
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say Multiverses if you have an idea on what you would do.
Technically dead.
Yeah.
My answer for both these are for the two. Like it has to be both, right? That's the hard part. Cause like I know what game I would revive,
Sure.
but I don't think I think it would die again so quickly. And I don't think there's anything we can do about it. I don't think there's enough
Well,
God in
have
the
at
world
it.
to, because like the game that I want to bring back, right? For selfish reasons, is StarCraft. Specifically StarCraft 2.
Okay.
Valid.
Definitely a dead game. Definitely a dead game. I don't know what you do because there's no pleasing anybody in that game. Just hands down. The
Well,
game is
I
too
feel like for that side of the question, you need to take it from a personal point of view, because
well, because I think it died purely because the game's too hard and too easy at the same time, and I don't think you can lean either way. Um, uh,
Mm.
um, I don't think you're allowed to lean for it to be easier because the gameplay just becomes not as interesting. Because I mean, StarCraft 2 had a lot of things going for it, including not limited to the campaign mode, one of the greatest campaign modes out of any RTS game.
No
Period.
doubt.
All the expansions were really good. Ladder system, while awful, uh, was to today's standards was so good, especially back in the day.
Yeah.
But the game didn't allow people. Basically, the way that the devs started having to balance the game was the big
They
thing in my brain that killed it is when the minions started auto mining. It was like the start of the downfall. Basically at the beginning of each game, normally you have a bunch of workers and you would do the very obvious thing first, which is send them to gather you resources. Very obvious. That's what you're supposed to do. But they increased the number of minions that you start with, and all the minions auto mined right at the start. The reason why they did that was just in case there was some sort of lag at the beginning of the game. They don't want you to be at a deficit or whatever. Makes
Okay.
sense. But in doing so, you got rid of a lot of early game intricacies. I can think of a very famous. I'm trying to remember the other player was, but it was in Korea Star League. Canadian player Scarlet. She's Canadian, right?
I think so, yeah.
I think Scarlet's. Uh, Notorious for being greedy. Never scouts, never gathers information, just hard forces econ. The other player, Korean, also really good at that kind of playstyle, but because he knew he was going up against Scarlet, decides to cheese her over and over again. And won the best of 5, 3-0. And I think the entire game length took a total of 10 minutes. Like the set length took like 10 minutes.
Oh my god.
because because the games would be over in 3. It would just be, and because she refused to change her playstyle, which is kind of cool. But they kind of took that away with the advent of the kind of increased pool. They took out the early game. You started with so much more money. So even if you did get cheesed, as you will, it didn't really hurt you in any significant way.
Yeah. There was a lot more, well, definitely a lot more responses early game.
Yeah, and even if you hurt, you don't hurt nearly as much. That's the big thing. Once again, I don't think you could actually do anything to revive that game long enough, especially because the RTS as far as right now goes.
I think
Is
I think a lot
dead.
of our answers are gonna kind of like lean on the whole like we have to be subjective in the terms of like not thinking about anybody else in society, fucking, you know,
Yeah, the game
Like,
people in
died
yeah,
because
general.
the game was too hard. That's really it. The game died because it was too hard for people to want to play it, or
Yeah.
too easy for people to want to play it, which is kind of a shitty place to sit. And I accept that. Doesn't make it hurt any less. It's just the truth.
I think they just refined it for esports, and then like, yeah, like you said, like new players are overwhelmed and don't want to fucking get into it.
Yeah, it was a hard genre. Like, I don't know. I get back on the server every now and again, and I've played zero. Like, I put zero thought into the newest expansion of the 3, which is the
Right.
one the ladder's played on right now. I casually get plat. I got diamond once. Like playing 20 games.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, which means that I'm sitting at like top 10% of the ladder. I don't know what half the units do.
Yeah, that
Something
sounds
kills
about
me. I'm
right.
like, oh, that's new. Uh,
Mike, what about
but
you?
It's
What's
100% paladins.
what?
I'm
that's a good
Damn,
one.
that was fast as fuck. What the? All right.
I'm bringing paladins back. No, for sure. I mean, well, I definitely had quite a bit of time to think about it. So yeah, no, it's for sure paladins. I've always preached that paladins is the best of the hero shooter genre. The problem is that it aesthetically wasn't pleasing, right? Graphically, it looked like fucking Minecraft. And
Yeah,
then
ugly as
there
shit.
really wasn't it wasn't the most optimized game as well. Um, I mean, Overwatch hit on all of the small things 10 times better than Paladins did. I mean, of course, Blizzard. Of course, like if you no one's surprised that Blizzard did a better job making a game than Hi-Rez, right? So I would essentially just again make the game more aesthetically pleasing, and then kind of like focus on the lore as well. Like they never really dove into like the lore of Paladins at all. So as a player, you didn't really have a reason to feel invested in the characters or to feel anything for the characters at all. And I think that's the thing that they did pretty well for in Overwatch, at least in Overwatch 1, right? They kind of screwed up in 2 for a little bit. So yeah, that's what I would do. And just see if kind of creating that connection with the characters helps the players to stick around a little longer.
True. CJ?
Darwin Project, easy answer.
Darwin
I think
Project. Okay.
that is such an interesting
Classic.
take on the battle royale genre in a battle royale that is controlled by another player. A battle royale that has a game master that can influence play. Because you had very different styles of game masters. You had ones like me that more sort of pushed towards like small influences on the game, but if you made a massive play, I'd reward you big time. And like drawing people together. You had others that didn't do anything and just watched and did commentary over the match, which was very fun. And you had those that would drop a nuke on every section but one, and if you died, fuck you. That was fun. But I think the game innately was very simple in terms of how it played, and that very much like there was a right way to play. So I guess what I would do is have it the combat expanded on, not too much, because I think if we overcomplicate a good system, then it becomes not good. But make it so that there isn't just one way to play as a contestant. That you can sort of go at it a couple of different angles, and maybe expand on the kits a little more, so that there wasn't like a direct meta that you would follow to win every single game. But yeah, no, Darwin Project, absolutely for me, because I missed that game so much. I sunk so many hours back when I was on console doing the game master side of things and unlocking all my new cards and getting really excited when I unlocked one that I hadn't seen before and shit. But yeah, the love for the game just slowly started to die and shit. It happens.
So what would you do differently then? In terms
Like
of
different combat mechanics to make them a little bit more intrinsic and sort of rewarding. Um, but and yeah, like I say, I guess just diverging away from a meta, like I'd probably increase the amount of kits that you'd have and playstyles. I also different environments maybe as well. Like obviously there was one that was built, it was built around cold because you had to deal with warmth. But I feel like there's multiple ways you could do that. The map
yeah,
did slowly become very very samey, and maybe have the game master decide what modules you put into what map and have them design it a little bit. That could be fun.
sure.
Yeah.
Have them design their own map. That would be sick.
Yeah, maybe. Custom lobbies would definitely. They eventually came in, but I think they came in too late. Um, but yeah, no, just sort of little things. Also, probably increasing the amount of players in a match, because having either 10 individuals or I think it was 5 teams of 2. Obviously it was very small for the map at the time, but I feel make it feel a bit more action packed.
True. I honestly I love that game, but I honestly forgot it existed until you just mentioned it.
Oh, bro, I think about Darwin Project at least once a month, bro.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. I fucking hate this question. I really do. I play way too many games, guys. Y'all know that. It's just
I've never seen you play a game.
See, initially my answer would have been Turok, but then at the last Game Awards they announced they're bringing Turok back, so that meme no longer works.
yeah, I want Half-Life 3, guys.
We got Half-Life 3, it's Half-Life Alex.
Wait, I said revive a dead game. I didn't say create one.
I I don't know. There's so many. There's at least 2 or 3 off the top of my head that if I would go in and at least try to revive. But if I had to pick one, I'm being completely honest, it would probably see it's so fucking hard. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Titanfall 2. Just make it nice and simple. I'm gonna go with Titanfall 2. And I wouldn't necessarily change any of the mechanics of the game. Aside from maybe like a few few minor tweaks to balances in that aspect. The one thing I would change for Titanfall 2 is marketing. Marketing and timing.
Yeah, for sure. Release it in like March, you know.
Yeah, something that's not close to fucking Call of Duty and shit like that.
Yeah, Battlefield. Yeah. Well,
but yeah,
I
no,
Battlefield's relevant anymore.
That's only like one out of the three too. It's so many games that could have just thrived, but either bad timing, terrible community, or just better stuff coming out.
Yeah, like the devs fucking it up. Like the culling was one that was very, very hopeful, but then the culling 2 came out and it was awful.
The Simpsons hit and run. There you go.
Nice.
Nah, that game's still very much alive. Have you seen the speedrunning community?
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure the world record got beaten pretty recently.
I was like last week.
And well. Yeah, that game's still alive and well.
Wasn't that Crazy Taxi? The record got beaten. Maybe.
Crazy Taxi has some.
It was one of those two. Yeah.
3 days ago. All story missions.
Oh wow.
Oh my god.
Oh wow. I was just kidding when I said last night.
Wow. No, it was pretty recently. I speedruns are fun to watch.
I would also really want to attempt to revive Battle Right as a game itself, but gamers in general just aren't. I myself still haven't pointed it. Gamers just are not ready for top-down action PvP games. MOBA PvP games. I don't understand why. And I think part of it could be that the Diablo 3 PvP just kind of put a bad taste in everybody's mouth. But it's sad because most of those are so fucking good. It's just nobody's interested.
I mean,
in those type of games.
Have people tried since? What's the most recent just in general MOBA PvP?
Superbug.
Not MOBA.
Well, there was that one
MMORPG
style. There was that one that was announced at Game Awards, wasn't there? What the fuck is it called?
Yeah, the top-down MOBA is Superbug.
No,
I think.
No, it's not top-down. It's a MOBA, but it's like over the shoulder. What the fuck is it called? It was at Game Awards.
Oh, you're talking. I don't remember. But you're not talking about the dungeon crawler that's supposed to come out, right?
No. What was it? Game Awards 2025 announcements. Because I know Bear Bear was really into it. He was like, I'm gonna play the shit out of that. Fuck was it? What the fuck?
Well, I was thinking of like MMO style arena fighters because like Diablo 3, a big problem was that they didn't want to balance. Same reason why WoW got rid of arena, right? Was that they just didn't want to balance the game around both the PvE and the PvP experience.
That's another thing that pissed me off about WoW. They had the PvP balance back in Lich King Cataclysm days. Yep. You literally had PvP gear to go into PvP. Like it was, I mean, quote unquote balanced, but like they at least had the separation between PvP gear and PvE gear. So like, I just don't understand why they didn't keep running with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of games dying, though, Everybody do your crosses for we all know, of course, that Player First has been let go. But as of February 25th, WB has also released 2 more studios, one of which is Monolith Studios, Monolith Productions, and their San Diego branch. So I'm pretty sure their San Diego branch is the one that is responsible for the Quidditch Champions that recently just came out. Which I have heard within the ether that, yes, they are indeed not supporting the game in a couple months.
That lasted, what, 6 months?
So they literally... So they finally dropped customs a couple weeks ago, right? Like a month ago now. It was not even day after. People are already finding bugs. You couldn't even get into a 3v3 match or something. Or you couldn't switch between 3v3 and 6v6 in the lobby screen, so you kind of had to jank it and people had to like join in on your match. So, and then like couple days after that, they're just like, yeah, we'll do this update and like listen to your guys' community feedback and fix what we can fix. But other than that, this game's not getting supported after that. It was like,
oh, really?
Sick, dude. Sick.
Yeah.
It's
Monolith
lit, bro.
behind that. They were behind the Middle Earth Shadow games. They were behind Condemned, which was a great game back in the day. I'm pretty sure, like, they've got I'm gonna actually look up at the Monolith's portfolio because they've got some good ones.
That's just a huge kick in the nuts. And
It's just the company behind Fear.
Yeah, in the wake of that, the point of what I put in is Fear is actually moving to GOG Games with the announcement of the closure. So at least that game's still going to be alive in the ether. All right, Fear's not going anywhere.
Sure.
Thank God.
Yeah, I don't know what I could do if Fear.
One of the most iconic FPSs.
The No One Lives Forever franchise. So
it's so many people, dude. I think the IGN report said between 2022 and today, basically WB has laid off more than 10,000 fucking employees.
Jeez, bro.
Yeah.
And for Shadow of War, because the online Vendetta servers are still up, I imagine they'll be going then, which means you can no longer, tackle your friends' fortresses and stuff, which honestly what was keeping that game going was people still playing it. You can still interact with that stuff to the set that. I really think, because I love that franchise, and I know it's been 10 years since the original came out. Mordor came out in 2014. War came out in 2017. At this point, we pretty much knew we weren't getting the final game of the trilogy because I think it was meant to be a trilogy. But yeah,
We still have to wait until 3036 until people can start actually implementing the Nemesis system without copyright.
Well, no, but we've been over. I know we've been over this on the show. But like the Nemesis system is if it's a carbon copy of the Nemesis system, absolutely. But they have gone on record to say if you take the skeleton of the Nemesis system and make your own, they're completely fine with it. And I imagine this is going to make it even more lenient in that case. But to be honest, I don't know if we'll ever see something like Nemesis system again anyway, not because people don't want to do it, but because it's such a unique system.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks when so many people lose their jobs, right? Because they're just trying to do their best. They're trying to get by, especially at a time where the economy is very, very harsh. So I
ask people when that Wonder Woman. Yep, the Wonder Woman got canceled as well.
Yep.
So that's not happening.
I'm pretty sure they were releasing a DC hero shooter. Like that's now been canned. And we can meme about their copy of Marvel, but like how fucking cool would that have been to play a hero shooter as fucking Batman?
Word.
Like, and that would have been sick. I mean, multiverses and the stuff that's gone through honestly should have been for like the foreshadowing event to all of this, but it it really sucks. And I do trust and imagine that a lot of the people across all of WB will find work and they'll land on their feet. Humans find a way of doing that, but thousands of not only people working, but now their families as well. Our thoughts are with them undoubtedly.
Just saying, you guys wanna come over here? I got ideas. We just need the team. We just need the fucking team, dude.
We need the squad, bro.
Really sucks though. It's just so many. It's like there's one stipulation of like dev engineer, like especially when it comes to gaming, like development work shouldn't be a relied on source of income. Like it should be treated as contract work, but that still doesn't excuse the fact that like you just, oh, our game's doing shit, bye guys. Or like, oh, we don't know how to manage all these fucking games that we just put our dicks into. Sorry.
Yeah.
Bye. Like it's just, it's terrible management at the end of the day. And half of it just comes all the way from the fucking top. It's not even the studio's fault. And unless you're Quidditch champions, I guess.
No, but even with that, you got to consider it's like is that a decision that was made for them? I'm sure like there are people on that team that wanted to keep that game going and try and make it work because.
Well, that's the whole thing, especially like when it comes to specifically Quidditch champions. There's just the stigma between we need to fucking push this game out because investor buttfuck says so and we'll fix it later just needs to be gone. Like teams need to get that out of their fucking head because that's exactly what's been happening is you come out with these half-ass games, you take months to refix them, and but within 2 weeks somebody else is interested in another game that you didn't finish. So they're not coming back 2 months later. I like guaranteed. So that's definitely one of the factors that needs to.
Again, we can. I think one of the best examples we can come up with in that vein is Apex Legends. All right, when Apex Legends was created, it was ready. Like when it was announced, it was ready to go that day. When they announced it, they said, "Guess what, guys? You can play it right now." Right? Like it was like it's ready to go, effective immediately. Go to Steam. You can play it. All right, they wasn't like, hey, we want you guys to test it out. Tell us what you think. It's like, no. We did all that shit. Go have fun.
Yeah.
Right. And Apex Legends is still alive today. I mean, and maybe that's what needs to happen is we need to go back to like the days of old where when a company releases the game, they release it when it's done. There's no alpha testing. There's no, we want you guys to be involved. We made the decisions already. Go play it, have fun, and just hope that it works out. Right. I mean.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Because there's like this. Because in relation to that, get your bingo cards ready. We're talking about early access, which I didn't finish, by the way. Y'all need to give me your input. Chatters, if you guys have anything like any stigma thing that we've been touching on, and you want to put it on the bingo card and you want to see it there because it happens every single fucking episode, please DM me. We need ideas. But again, it's just the early access, the our community is our testers stigma. That is it a money issue or is it a saving, like let's save money kind of thing? And
Well,
and
Yeah,
the
I
yeah,
think it's
yeah.
both. I think it's a case of both because what we're seeing in the industry is using gamers as playtesters because we can't afford quality assurance teams. I mean, look at um, Kill the Justice League and what happened with their QA team, right? Like so many of the QA team got laid off because there was not the money for the proper quality assurance that is required for these kind of products, especially live service products, and the investors don't fucking care. Get the game out on this day so I can get my money back. Because that's the thing. Hogwarts is Quidditch Champions. It made its money. Like, and the investors got their money back. They don't care what happens to the game after, because this is the thing. The money on release day, the money within the first weekday of release, a lot of that goes to the investors, that goes to the publishers, and then it trickles down to the company, and then that company gets the split and goes to the developers for their bonus pays or whatever. And then any money made after that through microtransactions, through battle passes, whatever, that money goes directly to the company and to the publisher at that point. A lot of the money that you get on day one goes to the investors because that way they can make sure the investors get paid first because they're the ones that put their money up front. So that's why you see so many games with premium currencies, battle passes, season passes, deluxe editions, all that. Is so that the developers, the companies, the publishers can then get their money. Obviously, the publishers going first. It's this sort of food chain, and
Yeah.
and in that, because so much of our money is going to other people, we can't afford to pay for quality assurance. We can't pay for beta testers. We can't pay for alpha testers. So let's put it out and have you pay $5 to get early access so that way we have some more money so we can try and finish the fucking game. Because games are expensive to make and we can't afford to do it anymore, but there is such a high demand.
well, that's the other thing too, is like even though they're putting this game out for people to quote unquote try, I guarantee you 90% of people are not giving any sort of feedback. So it's
Oh
like
yeah.
you're you're making money, but you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot because nobody's actually giving you constructive feedback. Somebody could have just hit a game breaking fucking bug and they're just gonna fucking alt F4 and fucking call it a day. Like what's gonna give them the incentive to say this happened? Like, Bill,
Yeah.
have you all seen a QA document for just a game bug? It's like, bro.
So what I'll give you is I agree with you to an extent. I think if it's something like a great example I'll use is Delta Force right now, right? Delta Force is using early access, alpha builds, all that shit, but everyone's making content on it, and that's what they're using is the live streams where they're putting Twitch drops in, the partnerships they're doing with big creators, that kind of thing is where they're gonna because then they can see and that this is a benefit. There aren't many, but this is a benefit to early access. Is instead of getting a document of this whole thing, you can see it happening live, and then you can go in and figure out, and you can see right this is what they did. Let's try and recreate that ourselves, and we'll be able to find out what caused the issue. It's not a perfect system, absolutely, but I do think there are some minor benefits to the way they're doing it.
Hmm.
Like that, this is the thing, right? And this is what I think, needs to, or we always need to keep in mind is that if everybody's doing it, there's gotta be a reason. There's gotta be because you don't
Yeah.
just do it unless
Yeah.
there's a reason to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
As much as we may have our concerns and our quarrels with early access, it clearly works to an extent,
To an extent, yeah, for sure.
and people are
Yeah, I mean,
making their money, and that's the bottom line.
for
Unless
the
you're
record,
Spectre Divide.
I don't I don't mind early access, right? I like the idea of it. I've always liked the idea of it. Being able to play a game, like ahead of release. Ooh, I mean, I just reached over 1,000 hours in Deadlock, right? So I'm not gonna be the one to be like, I hate it. I love it. If it's a game for me. But yeah, I mean, needless to say, we were definitely bit in the ass a few times with some of those early access games. And so, sometime for some people, it probably creates a pretty stale taste in your mouth, right? But we also, acknowledge that, like you said, CJ and Justin, it's a business thing, man. It's annoying. We don't like it, but it is what it is. Such is life.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Speaking of Deadlock,
Yeah.
still coming out with updates, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, I mean, bro, okay. So I realized with this latest update to Deadlock that they're still far from release, which is a good thing in my opinion. Um,
Yeah.
because, well, for one, they downsized their lanes from 4 lanes to 3, which, and for anyone who plays a MOBA, you understand that is not a small change. That is not a that's not a like, oh, look at this little, like quality of life improvement. No. Changing the number of lanes that exist in your in a MOBA is huge, right? And initially I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it because again, that's a big change, but it ended up being really fucking good.
Still 6 player, by the
So
way.
yeah, still 6-on-6. So every lane is a 2v2 lane now. No more solo lanes. It's it's pretty awesome. Actually, I was pleasantly surprised by it after playing the update. The matches are more intense now. There's a lot more team fighting that happens in a short period of time. Not as much ganking from lane to lane, like it still happens, but I mean, I think it was, yeah. In the previous meta, if you were a dual lane, someone was expected to gank solo at some point. It's not really happening too much right now. Like if someone does gank your lane, you're like, whoa, what are you doing? Why'd you come over here? Right. So it's a nice change of pace. Um, I will say that I personally believe that Valve is trying to appeal to new players. And when I say new, I mean either players who've never played MOBAs or players who are coming from other MOBAs but aren't sure if they want to try Deadlock, because another big change that they made is you no longer have to last hit minions to get CS. So as long as you're within a certain range of that minion, once it dies, you'll still get half of the credit. The soul orb will still float up above it, which you can either shoot or your opponent can shoot and steal from you. But also the soul orb goes away faster now. So it goes away faster and is larger. So me personally, I'm not a fan of it because of like kind of takes away like the skill side of it. However, I can understand if Valve is like if that's their goal is to make it just a tad bit easier for the people who want to get into the game and don't have to, like the macro is already difficult enough as it is. So if they're trying to simplify it just a little bit, then I'm not mad at it.
True.
Yeah, yeah, and now actually the other thing I forgot to mention is they're adding more jungles, or they've added more jungles to the map now. So it feels as if we're going to move into a laner versus jungler kind of meta. And some content creators are already starting to adopt that play style now as well. So uh, it's cool, man. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time with it.
About time, honestly.
Which part?
The people focusing on jungler as opposed to like laner, like them being separate.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah, I mean
also.
they made. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say the big thing that I was thinking was with the the changes to the minions, it makes sense because it just means that you're shooting at the minions less. So ideally, that's going to encourage you to fight more in lane and trade more. Because
Yeah.
sometimes it did feel like you were just kind of sitting there and
Yep. It's
and
true.
just
It's true.
hand the lane for no real reason.
It
Yeah.
does make sense in that aspect. I think it's definitely a good change for the early game team fighters who still think it's Overwatch.
Yeah, I mean, prior to this change, some people did call it farming simulator at times. Because of the whole last hit thing. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think
I'm not against it anymore, at least.
Yeah, if you weren't actively denying, you were kind of shooting yourself in the foot as well.
Yeah. Denying was a huge part of like that money. I mean, and here's the thing: you can still deny. And in fact, I would argue that some people are denying even more now because some people aren't paying attention to the fact that that minion's about to die, but your opponent is, and they're gonna deny
Yeah.
it. I do that quite a bit. Like I'll look for minions on the map where I'm like, they're not shooting this minion. It's pretty close. I'll steal it. Why not? You know, so it'll still happen for sure.
The tick rate changes is interesting too.
Yeah, that's right.
Well,
Yeah, 60 to 64.
hopefully that makes the numbers a little better. I remember when I was trying to do the soul sheet and it was like you go up like half a soul 30 seconds. Like, how does this work here? Like, what are we actually doing here? But hopefully that shit makes more sense too. I like where they're going with it. I think they have the potential to do something great, especially with Smite 2 still on the horizon, and it being the way it is, or from what I've heard at least, being the way it is.
Well, I mean, Smite 2 is not going to have any more updates to it, which is sad as well.
That's interesting in itself. So the board's yours, Valve. Just make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's pretty sad. Indeed. I do not like it.
Let's see. Well, let me double check that this video is correct. Yeah, okay. Should be fine. So, got another game sense clip for y'all. Trying to make this actual thing. Hi YouTube. Hey, what's up? I'm not going to preface this with anything. I'm going to let you guys form your own opinions on said gameplay. And
did we tell them to like and subscribe?
Oh no!
Oh my god, Clay, you just made the button glow. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Do it again.
Don't forget your bingo cards.
Yeah, don't forget that you can like and or subscribe.
Oh my god. Also, I feel like having that on the bingo card isn't fair because we should be doing that every stream. So I feel like that's unfair.
Wait, you can't. We're not gonna put shilling on the bingo card. All right, fair.
No,
I guess.
No. I think unnecessary. No. I think unnecessary shilling is fair. Like when we went on a 20-minute rant about how great YouTube Premium was.
That's not me. No. That's not me shilling because they didn't pay me a fucking cent for that. They got that for free. That's not shilling. Because I didn't get a shilling. That's why it's called shilling, is because they give you a shilling. But I didn't get my fucking shilling. What the fuck is up, Google?
He said, I genuinely like it.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to
I'll have you know.
I'm going to have to censor all of this. There's so much extra work I have to do now.
All right.
Thanks, me. You're well.
So I believe this is a 5 to 7 minute clip, but
Oh wow.
it was only a 7-minute game. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
So do have fun.
What we need is an option for us to wire into your PC so we can pause it if we want.
Of course, it doesn't auto start.
Oh, Bucky players.
Interesting. Alright, so for audio listeners, we're currently sort of straying into the initial hallway on Idrisil's path. And for anyone who is watching, we should be shooting at the blue health bars, and we're taken out. What were we taken out by? I believe. Oh, it's a Black Widow.
Scarlet.
Okay. Yep.
How is this? Scarlet, just uncontested. It's fine. It's cool. I do give it to him. He does get some pretty insane rando shots. And I'm just leave it at that. Kind of like that one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We love those.
Can I just say my favorite tactic is definitely holding down the left click button?
No, I see what they were going for there. We're trying to get rid of the Mantis. I don't hate that. Definitely better decisions you could have made, but
Kind of just gets
I don't know why
confused
we're
there.
standing here. Yeah.
A little confusion.
Okay.
I think I'm the penny in this game.
Gotcha. Okay, so that is the cloak healing orb. There. Goes for the ult. Does
Not
not
the
look up.
worst to target the back line, but it doesn't work too well.
I do feel like a lot of this is just mechanical aim improvements.
Sure.
Like, the only real criticism you can have with that ult is you didn't hit your shots.
He also probably shouldn't have been swinging all the way left with nobody over there. But to each his own. Or
So-
doing this.
Yeah.
Standing on the orb there. Alright, we switch to Wolverine.
Doing that and then complaining about not getting killed is like what pisses me off the most. About
Right?
Okay.
Let me just walk in front of the tanks and then fucking...
We've missed the shift there.
All right.
And we're
Cool.
standing at the group wall.
We're
Okay,
just
we can
standing
go
there.
around that.
All right.
Miss.
We
right
can?
click. That's right. Honestly, right click to try and go in and just make, taking space, not the worst in the world. Like that's kind of what you're supposed to do.
Oh wow, diving into the back line. Huh.
High level play.
Alright, can we pause? Because I want to talk about this real quick. Can we pause very quick? I know it's
Huh.
irritating. I'm sorry, YouTube. Right. So consider that I've been I am very emphasis on very italics with very early in trying to learn how to be a Wolverine because that is a character that I'm actually quite interested in. And the shift you can use for two things. You can either use it to dive in, which is a valid tactic. You could also use it to dive out and kidnap someone because it attaches to the first person you make contact with. You can pull them away from the team and kill them off. Diving in like that is not necessarily a bad play if you have the team to back you up. If you have a Venom, if you have a Groot who can put up some grass walls, if you have a Cloak and Dagger who can come in and support you, if you have a Wanda, or if you have a Sniper who can pick up wherever you start hitting, that can work. You dove in to a full stack of 6, with no backup. I don't know what you thought you were going to do there, because you were going to get your overheal passive and then either back out with your right click or die.
Or die.
It's that I don't know what the mindset was on that particular dive. I don't know what you were doing. Sorry.
Yeah.
That was
when you play Wolverine, think tanks, not and really not anything else, right? You tank first, okay, cool, tanks are out of the way, I can go for everyone else, right?
Yeah.
That you know, that's really how you should be doing this, man. And
You went
positioning,
right.
you just
It's-
okay. So we
this-
switched again.
it looks like
So we're playing mystery heroes.
Yeah. Also, like
We'll have
when you are a Wolverine, as soon as that cloak and dagger ult comes out on the you get out. You're not winning that. You get out because your percentile damage, even against a tank, because obviously you deal damage based on the percentile of the max health of your opponent. That's why you target the tanks. You literally deal more damage. But you are not going to be able to out damage a cloak ult, especially if they're playing it with their bubble. So at that point, you just get out. You see that? You right click out of there. You go up onto the ledge that is on Idrisil. You have that little overlook ledge by just behind where the right hand entrance is, and you wait. You just wait it out. Because you did not have the team to back you up there. Be looking at the kill feed. I feel like that's my sort of trigger phrase. Watch the kill feed. Your friends are dead. Go away.
Run away. This is round 2, by the way, for those who didn't catch that.
Okay.
Catch the transition.
Yep. Transition.
That was good advice both for this video game and for horror movies.
Yep. Don't split the party. Okay. Going for the mantis. Good pick on it.
Nah.
Doesn't get the kill. And runs into the enemy backline.
We're just gonna pull that back real quick.
All
Somebody tell me what he's right clicking here. Please explain.
Goes on to the point.
He's trying to push the cart further. I don't understand.
I mean, switch line fist.
Mind you,
don't hate.
Mind you, guys, this is pre-patch Iron Fist.
This is pre-patch Iron Fist. Okay.
So he's a demon.
Yeah. So and he's also not working off percentile damage because now he works very similarly to Wolverine. All right, going for the flying. Not bad.
Punching the horses.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
That felt like a panic, and that happened.
Huh?
We panic.
All right. That's cool.
We are undefeated.
So now I see why this is the clip. Okay.
Well, let's put a little respect on Black Widow.
Well, no. It's not that. It's the mystery heroes part, right? It's the like, you know what? We're just gonna keep trying new characters until something works. Part of it. Please don't switch again. Please.
That's the end. That's it.
That's the end.
Got.
Oh.
So
he didn't even get a chance to click on a new character.
So
yeah.
he technically did, and his final character was Star-Lord, which he also did nothing with, mind you. Like, he did so much nothing, it wasn't worth me putting it in the clip.
Here's the thing. Here is the thing. The heroes you were picking, and again, I don't feel like I have the wherewithal or the platform to make these kind of criticisms. So take that with a grain of salt. I said this last time. I'll say it again. We are also just gamers. Like, we are not professionals. We are not Shroud. We're not Flats. We're
Speak for yourself. Thank you.
Shut the fuck up, dude. All right. I don't see I see you with a 1 million subscriber review channel. I get the fuck out of here. Go back to Deadlock.
Check my Metafy.
Alright. But all the heroes here is the thing. The heroes that person was picking absolutely are good heroes for that situation. But we're not getting the value of the ultimates from the thing. And sometimes you got to do a hero switch. Absolutely. Sometimes it ain't working and you got to switch it up. But also, if you die a couple of times, don't immediately then switch, because at that point, you switching from, like, Black Panther there was the right play because their healers were a problem. You got to deal with them. Black Panther is a very good hero to deal with those healers.
Sure.
Switching to Iron Fist pre-patch, like, you're just going to be in the same situation. You may as well stick it. If you're switching, let's say you're halfway through and you're switching from a Black Panther to a Black Widow, fair enough. That's a valid switch at that point, because it's a different style of hero to deal with the same problem. We're going to see if a different kit is what we need. Switching from a Black Panther to an Iron Fist, realistically, that is a very similar kit. Not the same kit. Not the same kit. Iron Fist has got a bit more survivability, absolutely. But it's effectively just a very similar style hero to deal with the same problem. Try and get that ultimate off, and try and get that part. If you're gonna make a switch like that, at least wait until you're above 50%.
Question, because I just I feel like I just noticed this. Is there no ultimate penalty for switching characters in this game?
There is above 50.
There is,
like,
yeah.
and it scales, doesn't it? However much you have, it gives you a certain percent, and then like it caps at
Okay.
50%.
Keep it positive.
Yeah, I don't know the exact
Mm.
numbers. Yeah.
But okay, I was gonna say because like Overwatch, that was like a huge. At least Overwatch 1. I don't know
Yeah.
about 2.
Yeah.
Overwatch 1.
No,
That
it's
was
the
a
same
huge.
in 2.
Just
No,
you use it all, right?
Yeah.
Well, sorry. In 2, they kicked you down to 25% at first,
Mm.
and then they lowered it to 15% later
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
So
'cause
But
yeah.
in general, it was a no. It was just get your ult off first, then swap if you're gonna do it.
Yeah, the ult economy in Marvel Rivals is a lot more generous.
Yeah.
So I just
gotta say.
No, you're probably gonna say the same thing. Go.
So the reason why I asked you to pause it there is because this is something that I tell to especially to people who play tank all the time, is at any given moment ask yourself, am I standing in the right place to do the most whatever it is that I'm supposed to be doing right now? If you're standing in the open as a player with 250 or 275 health, and there are 3 people with health bars that are in your range, that's 3 people who can be shooting at you at any given moment, right? And there are people out there who play the game, they get bursted by Hela or Namor, and then go, what happened? Look at where you're standing at all times. Number 1. Number 2, this is a third person hero shooter, right? And it favors the right side of your camera. If you look to your left, you as a player can go stand off to the left side and use the right side of your shoulder to give yourself a camera advantage. This is what these are the types of things that you should be doing when you're playing someone who's a little bit more squishy, and you use that to poke, especially if you're playing someone like Bucky, right? You only get 3 shots, so you want to peek out, boom, try to get someone's damage, health down just a little bit if you can, just to kind of scare them and make them step back, thus creating that pressure. Positioning is the number 1 thing in a hero shooter that you have to learn. If you don't know where you should be standing at all times, you're never going to get. I mean, yeah, sure. If you're mechanically Shroud, then yeah, you're just blessed, right? you know, congratulations, right? Shroud made it to like high diamond in Rainbow Six Siege just off of skill alone. Like it had nothing to do with him understanding the game. He's Jesus on a keyboard and mouse. But if you're not Shroud,
True.
you need to learn like those macro things, right? Understand where you need to be standing. Standing in the open as Bucky might not be the play. It might not. And there were multiple moments where Bucky's standing on the right side under those pillars, and then it just gets melted down. It's like, oh man, what happened? I'll tell you what happened. Like 4 people looking at you, bro.
Kind of like how
Don't
he
give them
just pushed past
right
here
here. What are
for
you
free.
doing?
For free.
Positioning, man.
Yep.
Positioning is
The
everything.
Venom is right there on your left as well, and like a little bit
You
of
got
grace.
19 inches of venom staring at you.
Like a little bit of grace that I always offer is in the heat of the moment, we do get tunnel vision, right? Absolutely, that's a thing that happens. But the thing that you got to do with Winter Soldier more than anything is if you're going to have that tunnel vision, make sure you focus on what, because that's the thing that Winter
My
Soldier's very good at, is looking at one person and ruining their day.
my question
Can
is,
we?
why is he doing it now? Like he could have done it 5 seconds ago. When he wasn't alone, pushed behind in front of a barrier, like a physical barrier.
My biggest
Uh,
thing on this whole entire play is, especially with the Groot wall being down,
yeah.
just like everybody, chat, us,
Chill.
look at his left click cooldown. His left click ability that literally pulls people to you. Just
That's right click. That's right click. Not
whatever.
left click.
I'm sorry. I'm weird. My bad. I'm ambidextrous. I'm a weird lefty.
No, that's
Sue
fine. That's
me.
fine. Right. This is where I have the issue. Right. This attack here on both the dagger and the mantis. You went for both of them standing next to each other. As a Winter Soldier, you need to identify one of them. If they are both standing there, yeah, you can go in with the punch and you'll hit both of them. But then you target one with your right click and pull them in. They're going to have that second one to protect them. Mantis as well has the neutralizing with the sleep here, with the hypnosis that she can do. So like you've done the right thing, but you've done it a few seconds too late because you've allowed both of these strategists to regroup. And now, assuming there's communication, this mantis could say, "Hey Dagger, I've got a soldier on me," and she's gonna okay, and then I've slept him, okay. And the group over here has tried to do their best by giving you a grass wall, but when you've got a group, you've got to play around their walls. So what you say is, okay, Groot, give me a grass wall and wall off this support, because then I'm going to hurt them with my punch, and even if Mantis sleeps me, your grass wall is still going to be chipping them away. And this is why communication is the most important factor in a fight like this, because your Groot could have cut off that dagger, yeah, you slept and yeah, you might die, but if you're trading your life for a Mantis, you've got the spawn advantage here. If you died here, but the Mantis goes down too, I'd go as far as say that's a decent play. Because you'll be back in the fight in 10 seconds. They're going to take 20-25 to get back to the fight, by which point they're a strategist down. They've lost their off healer. Cloak's now going to have to solo heal the entire team by themselves, which they can do, but it means Mantis isn't building ult charge. You can focus the Cloak and Dagger. Once Cloak is dead, Venom's got the survivability for himself. You can probably deal with someone like the Scarlet Witch.
There you go.
This one, I just don't know where his fucking mind was.
All right. So I think I see the confusion.
This guy.
You've charged up the punch for the Wanderer. The Wanderer shifted to get away. Therefore, you no longer have a lock on, and the ability is cancelled. And you're kind of confused. Like, oh, what the fuck has happened? Why didn't I push forward? That is going to be a thing of you need to learn the Winter Soldier kit in that, that charge. It's a very, very small window. It's a very, very, very small window, especially with someone like Wanda, especially with someone like Scarlet Witch, but there is that cancel window. And so you need to learn, if your punch doesn't go off, that's not the game bugging, that's not you lagging, and, I'll give a little bit of leniency here now because it was probably him doing a lag check to make sure he was good. But just know, keep pressing your buttons, and if the game is lagging, then there's nothing you can do anyway. Right at that point,
bro.
Like at that point, absolutely, lag can be a pain with these games. But why are you not chasing? Why we've not seen Wanda down the kill feed. Chase the Wanda. Chase. Get her. You have a.
That's the 1v1 you can win for sure.
You have a Roadhog hook. You've got a punch to, and half the time Winter Soldier doesn't use the punch to land. They use that punch to break distance. It's the same as with Wolverine. You use the right click not to hit half the time, but to make space because you don't want to waste your shift to make space. Chase the Wonder. Kill them. Because then it's 5-6.
This is
Roma.
This is 300 hours of rage built up.
No, I'm not even. Not. This isn't me being angry. This is me being like, that's what you do. You chase. Like, I probably sound like it's just me trying to be critical. Like firm but fair.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
The frustrating thing of like if your main role being support, right? You're the healer or you're the cloak and dagger.
I'm a strategist who's trying to go into Roma a little bit. Yeah. Like,
but the frustrating thing is that your DPS is not that high. So when there's an opening for their DPS to get shafted, for lack of a better word, for the offensive prowess of the enemy team. It is, you're literally just like, go, 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 go,
Yeah,
go,
no, that is
go,
absolutely
go.
part of it. And I absolutely understand. Part of me is looking through this through like rose-tinted glasses, but there are
Yeah,
certain heroes in this game where I would say don't chase, right?
sure. Yeah, of
And
course.
honestly, Wanda, Scarlet Witch is one of those people where I would say
Yeah,
you don't that's fine because you need to be here protecting the flanks and going on the roam, right?
yeah,
But Winter Soldier is someone who wants to get somebody on their own, has the kit required to make a chase like that, and Wanda's cooldowns for the ship, because we've seen her use one here, right? We saw her
yep.
use the first shift when your initial punch didn't work. Assuming, right, I'm going to ignore the fact that J-Lord's the penny here, and I'm going to assume that we can't look into the penny's mind. The penny is fighting that Wanda, clearly. The penny has stopped fighting that Wanda, clearly. There's no Wanda on the kill feed. She's still alive. She's probably used her second shift, so she doesn't have one now. She's killable. So we push that because you're a Winter Soldier and you can deal with that single target. You punch forward, you see them, you then pull your right click in, pull them back, hit them with the uppercut, shoot them in the head, whatever you got to do. They're gone. Because the reason they shifted out initially is because they were on low health. They then grabbed their health pack in that room, but they've retreated again. So they're clearly hurt again with no way of healing. We know that because both the healers are here on point. So now is your time to be the little rattlesnake and fucking get him.
This one I'm just kind of like, I'm just flabbergasted over, not only positioning wise but target acquisition wise. You see almost 3 people. I'm not 100% sure if Wanda's in the bubble, but you see at least 2 tanks in the bubble, and you see a cloak over to the left. Like, why are you shooting the tanks inside the bubble?
We've also
Yeah.
ignored the Doctor Strange on the left flank there, who was pushing you.
Yep, who
One's
just
in the
went
sky.
straight into the back line. Didn't even have to pay attention to you to make a play.
If
He
he
has to
had
use
Eye
the
of
right,
Agamotto,
like,
you're all dead.
Yeah.
This man also
Yeah.
has not used the right click once. I don't know if he has ever.
I've not seen him use it once. Right, there's
Uh,
the one there. You got caught in the stun. Start to back up. Don't stand still.
The
healing
standing
bubble.
still part is crazy
Yeah.
to me.
no,
The standing
he
still
stands
part is
still
so
every time he
crazy.
turns. Every time he turns, like he does like a
Oh, the
CS:GO
mouse.
peek. Every time he moves the mouse, yeah.
He seems like he got a small mouse pad, maybe. So he's like, oh,
Can we go
gotta
back
like
like 2
reset.
seconds and analyze this situation? Like,
Wait,
based
can I
on
show you guys my mouse pad, maybe? So people understand
Do you have a
like
gamer mouse pad?
like the type of mouse pad that you will need in order to not have to worry about things like this, right?
That too as well.
I don't know if you get to see it at all. Oh no,
Nah,
it's
you're
getting
just gone.
this thing is massive.
It's the whole
It's a
thing. It's the
glass
whole
mouse
thing.
pad.
Oh,
Yeah,
there we
okay,
go.
there you go. Yeah. This is like 2 feet wide. Okay.
my
I'm pretty
desk
sure
isn't big enough for mouse pads like
you
that, or I would have one.
Nah, I'm a
gotta
wrist
get you a big
gamer.
boy.
The fact that I have any accuracy on the mouse is amazing. It's
I mean, risk gamers, yeah, there are some good risk gamers out there. That's okay.
All right.
I have like 1200 DPI,
All right, let's look
100%.
at this. All right, like a second before, you've got your cloak's healing bubble on the right here. Yeah. Why are we why? So I get you want to get onto the cart because it gives you that little bit of elevation to be able to see beyond the group and beyond the penny because you want. But that doesn't matter if you're not going to right click someone. We can see that the enemy cloak has also thrown their bubble down, and in a second we're going to see that they pull their ult. The healing on this point is going to be insane, and we have the punch. I can see you've got it off cooldown, right? So you're about to get slept by the mantis because you're standing up here. I don't care what Obi-Wan Kenobi told you. High ground is not always an advantage because it's so much easier for them to see you as well. Because if you're in this elevated position, if they had a squirrel go on the other team, oh my god, They are in love with you because you are so easy to hit. And you are standing right in the cloak and dagger healing bubble where they have advantage. And I can literally see Cloak pulling it as we speak. So they've got the bubble, they've got the vape juice. You've been slept, right? You 180 this bitch. You pull a fat Yui and just shift out. All right, maybe you die anyway, maybe you don't. But the second you get that sleep, like, because you can rotate the camera whilst you're asleep, so we should already be looking behind us and spamming that fucking escape button.
Yeah, we appreciate
Venom right
player 11's donation to the channel. We do appreciate it.
What do we do? Why are we just standing in that wall? Why are we why? Okay, all right. So first things first. If we go back a little bit, I'm so sorry, Justin. I don't have the power to. So we're just standing here. This is not going to build up your rage. You just okay. You see the mantis. You want to go for the healer. I get that. There's a venom right there.
Watch this.
Outplayed.
Oh. And we missed the shift. And we are just standing. We're not even standing in the healing bubble that was there. So we didn't even get the benefit of that. If you were standing in that, fair enough.
This all hurts my brain, man.
We're standing in the that honestly.
What are the comms like?
You know, I'm just gonna put this as a disclaimer. I have like, what was the final number? Like 30, 33, 34 saved games. So I don't remember 90% of this.
That's fair. No, that's fine. I need to also know what, like, he has to be saying something.
Yeah. I wish the show chat feature worked in the replay because it doesn't.
If I do remember correctly, this guy was talking shit about healers.
So if we go back a little bit again,
This is typical.
Just before we pulled this shift, right?
A DPS complaining about not being healed? Never heard of that before.
Okay, we go forward here, and then so we have decided, looking at this, right? I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue health bars. Why are we shifting into the back here?
That's so many.
Why I can't wait to edit this in the future and have the little numbers.
Because bro, he's gonna have his YouTube shorts pop, and once he dies in the back line, gains 3,000 health and kills everyone.
Okay,
you know?
and we've
come on, bro.
Here.
Think about his
TikTok's
popping
back.
YouTube channel.
TikTok's back. It's gotta go on.
He's got to get the clips, bro.
Heat of the moment. I get you may not have seen this, but it should have been communicated with you either way. Groot is being slept as we speak. You can see that. Groot's about to get fucking slept into Kingdom Come. So you're not, and honestly, Groot is the one Vanguard here out of Groot and Penny. Groot's the one you want to have because he can help cut off targets for you. He can give you that. He can give you the Iron Wall that then allows him to push forward and get help over healing. He can give you the Grass Walls to give you extra damage. But there are 6 lives here that are about to see you jumping forward like the goddamn Tarzan in the jungle.
What did I come back to? This is Game Sense sold separately. You want to learn Marvel Rivals? You came back at the right time. Don't do this.
We're jumping in.
Beautiful.
We were aiming for the Strange, but I don't think you knew who you were aiming at. You saw 6 health bars, you jumped in. You're blinded, so you're taking extra damage. You're just running around, you haven't hit anyone, and the cloak and dagger bubble was there, and you stood in it. You're blinded, you're in the cloak and dagger bubble. You've used your right click. If you're gonna jump in with shift, save your right click for the escape. If you're gonna jump in with right click, save your shift for the escape. Don't use both of them because you've got the overhealing. It's about to trigger. You've got your passive. It's about to trigger. Admittedly, you're on 100 rage, so you do have a lot of damage, but you've just been running around. Find the Doctor Strange and fucking stab him 30 times in the chest. Yeah, there's the overhealing, and you're dead. Because the overhealing is not that good.
I love that his left click is just glued it down. It is. Does that
Alright,
give
you
you
saw-
forward momentum when you're jumping? That's a genuine
I
question.
don't think so. The right click obviously does. Right, you're
Yeah.
blinded, and then you've chosen to right click. Wait for this to wear off, because it's such a damage increase when you're blinded. What is it, like a fucking 18% damage increase to you, or something like that? That's huge.
It used to be 20, now 28.
Oh, 20. So
Okay.
I knew I
My
had
bad.
donated it. Mm-hmm.
With the new patch, it is 28, but with
Yeah.
this video patch, it was 20.
20 is still huge. Like
Yeah.
that's 100 damage becomes 120 damage. That makes a big difference. You've altered the Wonder here, like not the target I would have picked, but fair enough.
And she's gone.
Yep. And then why have we shifted there?
This is
Sorry.
this is the
run that back.
point. This is the point where you're just like, oh, you just whipped your mouse left and right and hope to kill something.
I wish we had a slow motion thing. Who are we targeting there? Why are we in the cloak and dagger ult? Why are we now going? Is that a Moon Knight? I think that's a Moon Knight. Why are we going after the Moon Knight?
No, that's a cloak.
No, that's a cloak. What? Okay.
Yeah, cloak, cloak, strange, and then mantis behind. And he gets insta slept again and blown the fuck up.
And he died to the cloak and dagger ult. I'm pretty sure there. He didn't even die to the strange. I think he died to the cloak and dagger ult.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Yep, sure did.
That's why we don't stand in the vape juice. I don't care what anyone says. No, it's not that hard to see. It's a big glowy thing on the ground.
Yeah, bro, and you're constantly hearing tick 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 tick. The whole team is standing in it. Like, come on, bro, stop playing.
He had the wherewithal to like wait a little bit in this, like in the Black Panther.
Yeah.
So like wait a little bit just so he can get a good flank angle.
Yeah.
This started really well.
And
started well.
No, that's so
And
genuine.
he doesn't-
Like that
No,
was
no,
a
no.
good decision. Like he made the
Yeah.
right call there. Their team's pushing up. I'm gonna wait because I can pick up a healer in the backline. That, in that sense, you've got good strategy in terms of how to play the character. You clearly know what your character is supposed to do.
Yep.
But
Sometimes
then watch the combo.
Yeah, he lands. So he lands. He lands the first hit, lands the shift, and then punches the horses.
This is right. I was about to say this is where I need you guys to take over because I know nothing about Black Panther. I played him for about 2 minutes and then left because I don't like it. It's too confusing. But
All
even
right.
I know that the goats did nothing wrong.
I think this clip here is more of a mechanical issue, more than anything. I think this is just him being bad. This isn't like a game because did the right thing.
Well, it's that, and he doesn't understand the combo because he should not. If he has so for those of you who don't know, if there is a mark over their head when Black Panther dashes through that target, his dash instantly resets. And the way to apply the mark is with your spear, which is an AoE, or by kicking them with your E ability, which you also see him use. So
Which
the fact
he landed the spear.
He lands the spear, but then he immediately goes into the flying kick, which I think he misses, by the way.
Yeah, he does.
No, he hits that. And then he tries to do 2 swipes. Instead of dashing here, actually dashing with his shift ability, he opts to use the spear again when she already has a mark. And then proceeds to miss the following dash and attack the goats because he's mad, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that is a panic. That is him like, oh fuck.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, he was supposed to one-shot the mantis. It didn't happen, and then immediately had to back off. That's
but even then, right? Here's the thing with that, and I don't know Black Panther very well, but I do know this much. In that situation, whether you killed her or not, whether you were successful or not, at that point, we are assuming I've just killed the mantis. You go to that hallway on the far side, because whether she's alive or dead, you then need to get out. Because if she's alive, She's going to try and sleep you. She's going to try and kill you. Mantis is very good at killing you with a headshot. Or she's dead. The whole team's about to turn around and kill you. So both times, run to the hallway. Sure, that as a roamer, which is what Black Panther is. He is a roamer. He's supposed to go around, kill, and then hit and run. Think Scout from TF2, think Soldier from TF2, think Tracer and Genji from Overwatch. They are roaming characters. They're meant to be going all around the map all at once. We need to leave. Because that's what roamers are really good at. Whether they succeed or they fail, they can get out. Just get out, leave, go away. DMV is closed.
And here we go. No assessment of the battlefield, just instantly jumping into the fight.
Going for the flyers is the right call to make, but doesn't pull off the combo.
Punching goats again.
Fucking goat puncher, bro.
Yo, we're calling Pete on this guy. I'm just saying that now, bro.
We are undefeated.
And then he tries. He does get some good shots off on this. I'm not gonna lie, but just
he gets a couple of hits.
Yep, we're looking at the Iron Man. Good. Right?
Yep.
Here's our issue.
It's a good target to pick. Good target to pick.
And pause. Pause right here.
So you start taking damage from your right side, but don't react to it at all.
Not even that. I think there's one thing worse than this. We see the environment start to be broken underneath us, and we don't back through the doorway to avoid falling down and dying.
Well, that's the thing. Like the second that I saw the hit marker on the right, in my mind, I thought step back. Right,
and
then he gets hit again.
You don't even need.
It's like, but and then like shortly after that, the environment crashes through, and rather than like you said, CJ, walking backwards, just fuck it, we'll just walk through it, I'll fall down.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
no problem at all. No problem.
The first reaction when you're playing the sniper archetype, right? Long range, you see red on your screen, it's immediately what the fuck's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's either turn and shoot or turn and run. Like that, there's no in between. It isn't just like, oh, I'm gonna keep on my target. No, it's you are in trouble in that moment.
And Black Widow has the sprint, she has the jump. Like she's built for running away, right? Because snipers have to be. It's the same with Hawkeye. He's got the sword slash for when he gets pounced on. So I think at that point it should again. I think this is the main issue with this particular player, and this will just come with time. I know I've been very harsh with the Wolverine stuff, but to be critical and to try and give advice that I have no warrant to give whatsoever, but they invited me onto the show, so here I am.
Hey, you're the expert here.
And I've done it too. We've all done it at one point or another, and it will just come with with time and with practice. Don't panic. Just have the plan. Okay, if at any point, like for me with Cloak and Dagger, right? If something goes wrong, you switch to Cloak and you right click and you go up. You go up and you look for a way out because then you can fall onto the path and escape. Find a way out, or throw my bubble down for survivability if I know that my team is on the way back or they are coming to help me. I just need to live. I posted on TikTok like a month or two ago where I'm on point, Root walls me off, and so I just pull my ult to survive on the point, and we did it, right? But I had that game plan ready. It was like, I'm probably gonna die, but let me try and get enough ult charge to pull off my ult and survive. Just don't panic. Just know if something goes wrong, here's what I need to do for escapes, especially for the heroes you're playing. Widow, Wolverine, Iron Fist, Black Panther, all are very good at getting away. So get that done, and make sure that you always have resources on hand to escape if you start dropping in health. Because even if you're getting healing, it's better to leave and come back in 10 seconds than to stay and let yourself be cattle for them to farm their ults off of.
Yep. Yeah, the whole diving into the back line and thinking it's okay if I die, I'll sacrifice myself. so the rest of the team can do. No, it's the longer you stay alive, the more the enemy team is thinking, keep your eyes open for this person. So you leaving and escaping to get some heals doesn't mean you're not doing your job, because the other team is thinking, no, they're still alive. We can't just hyper focus on what's happening right here because there's these angles that they could potentially come from. So now there are some resources from the enemy team that need to be put to the side so they can look out for you. That is the good thing, right? If someone on the other team is worried about you being a nuisance and they're just looking for you, that's taking away from them shooting at your tank or shooting at your healer. So yeah. I mean, if you are a backliner, you don't have to go in there and risk your life, right? Get out, heal. I'll do things as one of those characters. If I'm playing a backliner, I'll like poke someone, in their back line, and I'll be in a bad spot. So I'll look for the healer, shoot them a couple times, and then just run. Because I know that healer now just went, oh, where is he? Where is he? That 3 to 5 seconds of them freaking out it could be what we need to get some pressure, right?
Yeah.
So little things like that can help, right? Just stay alive. Stay
There
alive. We
are
need you all
times
alive.
where trading is valuable. There are absolutely times where trading is valuable. I've done it. If especially if you are someone like Wolverine or Black Panther and you die, but you take out one of their strategists or one of their tanks and they're down a player, and your spawn room is right round the corner, absolutely take the trade. If you know for a fact that Lunar Snow has an ultimate and you're like, team, I'm gonna die, but I'm gonna get rid of the Luna so that they don't have an ultimate for this fight, and then you guys can go in. Moon Knight can pop his ult, right? That's a valuable trade because a life for an ultimate, they're losing more because you will come back, and they'll come back, but in that 10-second interim, they no longer have a defensive ult, and you can push in, kill the team, and then what's the Luna gonna do? Either ult on herself to try and survive on the point for her team to reset, in which case she's used the ult anyway, and so you now have the advantage again, or she's gonna hold the ult, which means she's probably gonna stay away from the points. So you can get that extra 10-15 feet, and especially in competitive play, every meter matters.
Yeah, that was a fun one to rewatch. That's for damn sure. Like I said, his final character selection was Star-Lord. Did not make it into the clip because it was just equally as horrible. I think he maybe got like one or two bursts off before the game ended anyway, so it was whatever. Pretty sure he just did the Iron Fist thing, just straight up dove on point, hit his E, and then game was over. So there's that. Character crisis, everybody. Don't have it.
I think you know the kind of heroes you want to play. You want to play those roaming characters. That's absolutely fine, but don't panic and don't just switch up a hero if you die a couple of times and it isn't working.
You're allowed to have character crises, just not in game.
Exactly.
That's a quick place for
him. Figure out who you want to play. If you can't play your role anymore, ask somebody else to switch, because chances are somebody else can take your role. Like, I just don't get how. I'm literally gonna say this. Like even diamond, like pre-diamond players should not have an ego at all. Like, bro, you're not good on any accounts. You are in the average range of players, especially if you're gold. Platinum, you could kind of leeway it. Some people actually have game sense in platinum, whatever. But if you're gold and below, shut the fuck up. Like,
I mean, teamwork needs to be at the forefront when you're playing at that level. Unless you're someone who, like, you're on a new account, like you're on a Smurf and you're Grandmaster. Fuck you. Just get through the ranks and leave us alone. But yeah, I mean, you really should be focusing on teamwork.
My
as
biggest
much as you
thing,
possibly can.
funniest thing I find always is the people that want to claim one trick Spider-Man because they've had a couple good games with a shitty enemy team. And it's usually those one trick Spider-Mans that come into your game and go absolutely horribly negative. And you're just like, what happened to the one trick, buddy? Where's that at?
What happened to the one trick?
Oh, it was my heals. I didn't have a healer. So always some kind of fucking excuse, dude. Like, play your
I said
game.
this last time, and I'll say it again. You are the common denominator in all your games. If you are going on a D-ranking thing, like Elo Hell is out there, but ultimately, it is not always the other team's fault. You cannot change the way they play. You can change the way that you are playing. You are the common denominator if you're losing. It's not always your fault all the time, but you had something to do with it because you make up a sixth of the effort.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amen.
Nah, I think you if you start going into lobbies just having pleasant conversations with your teammates saying, what do you guys want to do? What should we do? Over time, I think you'll start to see some more positive responses, positive reactions. Um, yeah, I mean, if you start your comms by talking smack, and you piss off someone on your team, now for a lot of people, including myself, in my toxic days, that will turn into I'm throwing. Have fun, everyone. And it's all because you didn't think that being nice was the way to go. You had to be an asshole, and now the person that you're an asshole to is gonna go triple negative, and they're gonna smile the whole time they're doing it, right? So just let's be nice to each other, guys. Let's have fun while we're playing these games. Don't have an ego. If you at least need to hit GM before you can have an ego.
Yeah.
Until that time comes, shut the fuck up. Play the game.
I could
Work with your team.
never. That is the most. I could never. My ego doesn't let
Oh,
me
here we
lose.
go.
No. If I'm pissed off at somebody, if I'm strapping up. That's
Well, I mean, I'm saying they pissed you off though. Like they
yeah. No,
initiated
no.
to you
Yeah.
as opposed to
No,
you
I tell
being
them to
the
AFK.
a hole.
I tell them to AFK. I tell them that this is a 5v6 now. I'm a
Yeah,
carry.
word.
Let me. I'm gonna get you some free LP because I know you're gonna lose it right away. Like that's.
I know you
Let
need
me
this, so I got you.
let me get you to lose. Get me more next game when you're in the enemy team. Let me set myself up for more wins. That's
It's
yeah.
kind of wild, TBH, but here's what it is. Those are the players we deal
That's what
with.
it is.
Game sense sold separately.
We appreciate that.
Insert the jingle
sweet.
here that we don't have.
Ding, ding, ding.
Not
And
jingle
with that, God,
Nearly 2 hours. We did a fucking
nearly
good
two.
one this week.
Yeah, that hit a mark for sure. Thank you all for hanging out. Episode 45. Drop your links in chat, guys.
I
Yeah.
have links.
What do we have coming up?
Yeah.
Nothing really this week, right? Yep. We just
No,
got
this week we're pretty. This week is one of our slow weeks.
Multiverse on
Um,
Friday, and then
I'll be streaming some Sea of Thieves and GTA at some point this week, I'm sure.
back
Who
to
wants to
our
play
regular
Repo?
Oh my god! Actually, next week's gonna be or next weekend, I should say, is gonna actually be a
Ignore me.
super dead week. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys about that offline. Thank you all for joining. Episode 45. Appreciate y'all. Deuces.
Much love, much love, much
Go
love,
watch
love, love, love,
Elimination
love.
Chamber. It's good.
Yeah.